Hello everyone. Welcome to our first video lesson. In this video, we are going to talk about cutting the king off strategy. Although checkmating using single queen or using single rook is very easy and trivial, we are not going to focus on that. We are going to discuss about some specific situation in which white may happen to be. Let us assume that white is playing very important national tournament. He's playing the last round and he must win this position to win the championship title. But the problem is that he has only 3 seconds on his clock and there is no time increment or time delay. So he needs to checkmate here as fast as possible. That is why we're going to learn the cutting the king off strategy. In the normal situation, checkmate here would be very easy. Probably most of the players would even resign the game as black and you would never have a real chance to checkmate black king like this. But if you are struggling with time or in some blitz or bullet tournaments, maybe you will have chance to play this up to the checkmate. And rook a5 will be probably the move which will be played very often. And then after king d8, rook a7, probably this will be the checkmating technique which everyone will apply, because black king has been cut along the 7th rank, and it's not possible now to go anywhere on the 7th rank, and checkmate is very easy now. Now we have very easy checkmate, typical checkmating procedure, which everyone knows. But although this is almost always good, maybe in this position it will take more than 3 seconds and white will have no time to checkmate like this. That is why we try to find faster checkmate. Can you imagine that in this starting position, checkmate is possible to be done only in 3 moves? What is even more surprising is that you can play almost any move by rook as your first move and you will still be able to checkmate in 3 moves. What is only bad is if you play first move by king. That is simply bad because you allow black king now to escape of the 7th rank, and then checkmate will not be very fast and you will definitely have no chance to do it in only 3 seconds. So king moves are forbidden as the first moves. But you can play anywhere with the rook. Let's assume that you play the same move like we have seen, rook a5. And then, after wonderful move, after logical move, king d8, now white has to play wonderful move, rook to c5. Rook to c5 move will now cut the king off d file, actually off the c file, and will force king to go back to e file, because there is no any other move possible. When king e8 is played, white easily checkmates rook c8. No matter which move you play as your first move, you will always be able to do checkmate in only 3 moves. If, for example, you play first move rook e3 and black plays king f8, then of course you guess the move is now easy move rook to g3, which will force black king to go back to e8, and then we checkmate on g8 square. So very easy to see this checkmating picture. Even if you play the first move rook to c5 in this position and black plays king d8, now any rook move along c file, just beside of course rook c7 and rook c8, will win the game on the same way, because rook anywhere on the c file is doing the same job as on c5. King e8 and rook c8 checkmate. This cutting the king off strategy can be applied in many different situations, and here is one basic example. Of course that if in this position it is black on the move, black will simply play king to g8, and then the position will be drawn. Because if white king goes to g6, we have the stalemating position, and if white king moves anywhere else, black will win the pawn and the game is drawn. But if it is white on the move, then of course it is very simple win for white. White on the move easily wins the game. But let's assume the same situation as in the previous example. Very important tournament, last round, white must win, but he has only 3 seconds left on his clock. What will white do? Of course that white will immediately promote to a queen. That is very easy to assume. But then, when black goes to h5, normally many players will just chase that king all the way down to the corner and then checkmate when black king is in the corner by playing queen g2. But that is too slow, and maybe 3 seconds again will not be enough. The point is that at the moment when black plays king h5, we can apply the previously learned cutting the king off strategy, which will force black king to go back directly into the checkmate. So you're guessing, of course, that the best move is queen to g3. That queen g3 move is controlling h4 square, so black king will be forced to go back to h6, and then we have easy checkmate. Now white has 2 different checkmates, queen h4 or queen g6, and he easily wins the game applying cutting the king off strategy. That would be all for our first lesson. If you like this lesson, please click on subscribe.